So don't compare your marriage bed.
Correct. That's true.
To a porn video.
A little bit.
I'm going to say that I feel like porn plays a part in this. I think it puts unrealistic expectations on your readiness. Because what you have to keep in mind is it's almost like, okay, the social media blast that couples post. Oh, they have such an amazing marriage because they post these pictures together. You don't see any behind the scenes. I did look at some behind the scenes, and those people go through so much to get ready for these things. Like they have people coming on set to get the men ready, and if he orgasms early, then they have to take a break. But you don't see the break on the camera.
No.
Welcome to today's episode of Relationship Talk with the Geths. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button now so that you can get our content as soon as it drops. All right, let's get into it. We're talking about doing what grown folks do today.
Ooh, that's a grown folk day.
grown folks day. Yeah. We want to look at how age, experience, health, and circumstances can affect what it takes to get you in the mood. The quiet storm mood. They say quiet storm in the mic like you be doing.
This is it, Gavin. This is the quiet storm. Get ready for the storm.
That's the kind of mood I'm talking about. So when we talk to our clients about the levels of readiness, we use 3 different categories. Hot and ready,
okay.
microwave, and preheat to bake. So let me explain these 3 categories so we'll all be on the same page. So according to PlannedParenthood.org, the average age when people start having sex is, what's your guess?
16?
You would say 16?
I would
That's
say
close.
16.
It's 17.
Okay.
So we understand that it happens for some people much, much earlier, and for some people much later. So for today's discussion.
So between us, the average would be 17, wouldn't it?
No.
Don't do that.
So let's just say for this discussion that people generally start touching and rubbing and touching in their teen years. So if you can think back, think about how ready you were.
Oh, super ready.
Even if you didn't go through with it, I bet you was sitting on hot and ready.
Stayed on ready.
It would have taken nothing more than the wind blowing to get you in the mood.
We ready to go.
So I can remember watching movies, and if there was a kiss with a little tongue, I had to squeeze my thighs together real tight to contain that tingle. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Do boys, do y'all tingle like that? Or is that a thing?
I don't know about tingles. Yeah,
when you watched like nasty stuff on the, did it make you go like?
Nah.
Oh, y'all had no tingle? Ew. See, and y'all some puppies. See, you see what I'm saying? So that's hot and ready. You just ready to go. So then we have the microwave category. This is a little different for hot and ready because you're not just walking around dripping or stiff, but all it takes is a quick boop, boop, boop to get you in the mood. A kiss here, a rub there, a squeeze right there, get you ready.
The 30-second button. Boop.
So I'm not even gonna look at you because I can feel you being nasty. I'm not even finna look over there. Then we have the preheat to bake. So you have to plan this one right here. You have to start this right here early in the day, nurture it, and really take your time to prepare for it. So the natural inclination is to attach ages to each category. I mean, because we could say that during your teen years and 20s, you're hot and ready. During your 30s, your microwaves, and during your 40s and beyond, you need to preheat and bake. But that's just not the case. That's not the case. So it does seem like hot and ready moments come when you're young.
Right.
But I have a theory on that.
I would love to hear this.
I do. I have a theory on that.
I put it with the age, just like you said.
Yeah. But even though your hormones are raging during adolescence, I think that situations and circumstances at each stage of life play a huge part. Because think about it. When you were young, you were young, sex is new. You're feeling things that you've never felt before. You're trying things you've only heard of or seen in porn. And then you probably sneaking.
You are sneaking. Ooh, you might be on to something there.
Sneaking.
Everything's a sneak.
By the time you're 30, You probably got your own spot.
You ain't
You have
sneaking.
more freedom.
Yes.
You know, you've had a few experiences. You got them under your belt. So not every touch is going to work. So it has to be the right kind of touch. And in your 40s, a lot of people have multiple kids, some grandkids, careers, you
Life
know,
is
grown
life.
people bills. Those bills different than the bills you got when you like 20. Because you're like, oh my God, I got to pay my cell phone bill. But when you 40, you got bills. Like
Yeah, super bills.
some people have health issues. They on
Yes.
different medications.
Property tax.
If you in your 40s and beyond, you tired.
Yes.
You're exhausted.
Yes.
So in my opinion, it's not necessarily about the age, because if you find two people sneaking around in their 40s, all of a sudden they're hot and ready. Because when you sneaking, you be ready.
That's true.
If you take a married couple, give them a nap and a babysitter, candles and a little music, they might be hot and ready too.
Or at least close to the microwave. You're
Way closer to the microwave.
Way
You know what I'm
closer to the
saying?
microwave.
At least a microwave situation.
Exactly.
So we
Exactly.
have this conversation regularly. We like, okay, where are you? What does it take for you in this season?
You literally talking to me?
No, I'm saying we have the conversation where we ask these questions.
I'm about to say.
This guy. Where can we meet or compromise, you know, if we're in different categories?
Okay.
Those are conversations that we have.
That's true.
And so this is big for me because of how drastically my needs have changed. My readiness is heavily influenced by my energy level, my ability to rest my body and mind, what my kids got going on. Like I have literally been ready with lingerie on under my robe.
Talk about it.
Just to feel extra sexy. So, like, when I move around the house, even though I know my kids are right here, I'll put me a little piece of lingerie on, put me a robe on. So, while I'm cooking and cleaning, you know, preparing, I'm like, just let me get in the mind space where when these kids are asleep, you know, I can already be sexy and in the mood. And so, I'm moving around in my lingerie, and one of my kids just puked everywhere.
Ugh.
Like, on me. So, I mean, if you have kids, especially if you have small kids, they have a way of zapping all your readiness.
Take it away.
So you might be, you know, ready in the morning, but by the time you see each other at night, you tired and you ain't ready no more. So let's just talk about how, you know, I want to talk about how you can work on that. So let's look at 8 tried and true strategies that we have used when one or both of us is in a preheat and bake phase. And if you had asked me this 10 years ago, are you ever going to be a preheat and bake? I would say no.
No.
Baby, I'm going to always be hot ready at, you know, at most a microwave. But I be having those moments where you got to come on, talk to me. You know, ask me about my
Decompress
day.
things. Yeah.
Sometimes I tell him he might get in the bed hot and ready. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to need a back rub. You got to rub my back.
You got to rub. You got to hold. You got to do something. And then
and hope I don't go to sleep while you rubbing.
That part.
So I think for us, number one, the first strategy that I can share is to verbalize what you're feeling. Talk about your desires or lack of desire, and talk about what can make things better. That could be really hard if you know, in my situation, I know one of the things that attracted him most to me was my readiness. I mean, he talked about it. He loved that I was always down and always ready. It didn't take nothing for him. He liked not having to work and not having to initiate.
Anywhere,
he got super spoiled.
Anytime.
And so for that to change for me, it was hard to even say, babe, I'm not jumping on you every 2 seconds because I'm feeling this or I'm experiencing this overwhelm. But it was necessary for me to say, like, you actually may both be in a preheat and bake phase, but what it takes, you know, it might look different for each of you. So what it takes to get him going, he's in the basketball season right now. And so it takes a little bit more for him because his focus is not only on what we have as a family, but his focus is heavily invested in basketball. So whatever it takes for you as a man, whatever it takes for you as a woman, you have to actually say that. You might need a little TLC to get in the mood.
That's true.
What helps you?
What helps me?
What's one thing?
If you're saying if I'm already in the preheat and bake.
Is it hard for you to say that? Is it hard for you to tell me?
As a man, yeah. That's the big one. You got to get over that pride of not being that stallion that you once were. I realize you're still that stallion. It just takes a little more grooming now to get to that. And you got to be able to verbalize. You got to know what it is that you need to get back to that point. Don't try to force something that ain't there. Talk about it. Like, you know
sometimes
what?
Sometimes you don't know, though.
You don't know.
You think sometimes you always know? You think?
Know what? That you're in the preheat?
No, like, okay, I'm in preheat right now.
Okay.
But do you always know what it'll take for the person to get you there?
Well, that's why you have to talk about it. You got to, either try some things, figure some things out. Just say, hey, I don't know. Recognize, I haven't desired my wife, who is beautiful and sexy. Like, you look, I'm feeling this look right now, by the way. Yeah, it might be a hot and ready moment after this cameras go off. But anyway, moving on. You have to recognize, man, I need to figure out what's going on. What is usually up here, and what do I need physically? I'm easy to touch on. I can and just ask, hey, can you rub on me a little bit? Can you hold my head and just look in my eyes?
And not be embarrassed to ask for that?
And not be embarrassed to ask for that. Yeah, so get over that pride thing of thinking that you just got to come in and be this guy in the movie scene. No, you're not going to be Idris Elba. You're going to have to be who you are. Say what's on your mind. Say what's bothering you. Say what's holding you back. And especially if you, I say this, if you are in the preheat phase, that means you guys have been together a long time. You're comfortable around each other. So get even more comfortable being uncomfortable and talking about the hard things so that it's, you know what, now there's understanding, and now you can easily kind of heat up a little bit.
I'm going to say that I feel like porn plays a part in this. I think it puts unrealistic expectations on your readiness. Because
that's true.
What you have to keep in mind is it's almost like, okay, the social media blast that couples post. Oh, they have such an amazing marriage because they post these pictures together. You don't see any behind the scenes.
Right.
So with porn, you hit, play, and the scene picks up with both of them hot and ready to go.
Right.
Not a lot goes into getting people in the mood.
Right.
You might be 30 seconds in and they both ready to go, but you don't know what took place behind the scenes. I happen to look at some behind the scenes footage and what it takes to create these videos.
You really done some research.
I did. I told y'all that I used to be really, really into porn, and that is something that the Lord is working with me on, and that I'm not currently partaking in by choice.
Praise God.
Anyway, I did look at some behind the scene, and those people go through so much to get ready for these scenes. Like, they have people coming on set to get the men ready, and if he orgasms early, then they have to take a break. But you don't see the break on the camera.
No.
They cut all that stuff out.
That look like they're going for hours.
They'll put
real.
anything on these women to make it look like they are moist and ready to go. Like, there's no care being taken here. So don't compare your marriage bed.
Correct. That's true.
To a porn video.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's unfair. It's unfair, expectation.
They have extra help.
Yeah, to think that because they just showed you 15 seconds and that's all it took for both of them to be in the mood and ready, that should happen at your house.
No.
So I don't even know why I need to share that. Somebody needs to hear it.
Yep.
So number 2, this is one of my favorites, actually. It's not the most
sexy.
It ain't that sexy, but schedule intimate time. And I know it can seem unromantic, but setting aside time, dedicated time for intimacy, can help ensure that it happens. It could be a regular date night or a specific time in the day or week where both of you focus on each other, but make sure that it's happening, because if you don't schedule it, then sometimes you can always, if you like, maybe, hopefully we'll get in the mood later on, something else is always going to come up if you don't schedule and prioritize.
Yep.
If you're having trouble getting it in, how you feel about scheduling?
I used to think the same way you just said. It was unsexy, takes out the spontaneity. However, a way that works with us is after we schedule it, then it's the build up.
Yeah.
That's like, ooh, Tuesday. girl, when I see you Tuesday, you don't know what's coming for you. So now you get that build up.
It's the preheat.
It's the preheat.
Get you ready. You got time to prepare your mind. You know not to overwork yourself. You like, well, maybe I shouldn't cook Tuesday. Maybe I should order so that I won't be so tired, and then I won't have no kitchen to clean.
Correct.
Because Tuesday, I got to get right and ready.
Or I may come up Monday and kiss you behind the neck. I'm like, that's a preview for Tuesday. And
Just
leave
saying.
it right there. You know, so don't let the scheduling of it take away from the romantic part.
Make it work for you.
Make it work for you.
Put it on the calendar. Put a heart right there.
Yep.
Tuesday, it's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down. Okay, I like it.
Yep.
Number 3. This kind of goes hand in hand with scheduling, but set the scene. Creating this guy is the worst. Let me go ahead and say it. So creating a romantic ambiance can be helpful. This could involve setting the mood, dim lights. You know, this could be candles, music, or even a change of environment, like a weekend getaway. I say, you know, this goes along with scheduling because it takes some forethought and preparation, and it can help you if you already know when it's going down. So I'm married to him, and I'm going to tell you, he could be one of the worst in the world.
There have been many epic failures.
He's really bad at setting the mood. But it's partly my fault because he's spoiled.
I am.
So he never had to. He never had to put forth no effort. He didn't have to create a mood. He didn't have to take me nowhere, and he got everything that he wanted. And so now that that some of that is required of him, he's like pouting about it. He don't want to light a candle.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know where you get candles. I don't even know candles. So I almost want to tell the bathtub story because that one was an epic fail. The hot.
Tell the people.
So anyway, I figured, oh man, these hot tub scenes are really nice, and I really tried on this one. This one it could have been nice, but I didn't do enough forethought, and so I filled the hot tub up. That was the first part. Now I don't know if you can see
and
us.
We were out of town. We had a little getaway.
Had a little getaway. I don't know if you can see us. Like a regular hot tub probably needs about this much water. And I had about.
Why? I'm big.
I'm just talking about me. I'm just talking about me, baby. You are.
Back call me. You said I got a big bag.
No,
y'all
I did
pray
not.
For me. I'm trying to unbig my back, y'all.
I said my baby is voluptuous. She is sexy and.
He said my back was big.
I didn't say that. Stop telling people that. Anyway, the tub. So I had more like this much water, and I don't know if y'all ever seen the scene in Norbit when she gets in the tub. And I had some wine. Well, I didn't really have no wine.
He didn't, y'all.
Cause I didn't.
No, tell the truth. Ed Gill went and bought some wine coolers. Like when you 15 years old. But that was good, though. Did I complain?
You didn't complain. And we both got in that hot tub, and water was everywhere.
I mean water going over the side.
Everywhere. I said, ooh, I should have. I don't know. I should have known that water was a mess. I was like, ooh, we gonna have to pay a fee for how much water.
And then neither one of us think about how we gonna get out this hot tub.
And then we got kind of stuck in the tub.
We couldn't get out.
We couldn't get out. We couldn't get out the tub. So do some forethought in your plan. And sometimes, maybe that was trial and error. Sometimes,
but we had a good time.
We had a good time.
And we
laughed
still made it do what it do. So that's the whole goal.
That didn't stop that show. I can tell you that.
We had a good time. We got some laughs. Brought us closer because we had teamwork to get out this tub.
And we had to clean up. That was part of it.
That's right.
Anyway, go.
So set a mood.
Yeah.
Ed Geths has one playlist on his phone dedicated to sexy time. He don't update it.
No,
it's been the same.
It's the same. It's gonna be 90s R&B.
Jodeci.
Yeah, that's some Jodeci, some Luther.
I don't know how many people he done laid down on this playlist. I shudder to think, but we go with it. Get yourself a good playlist. Number 4, explore new things. Try out some new stuff. Get you some new experiences, whether it's a new activity, a position, role playing, new toys. All these things can bring excitement to the relationship.
Okay.
What type of newness have you enjoyed?
Well, the introduction of toys. I had to get over The fact that
The
I don't
stigma.
need no toys. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about that because I think a lot of people feel that way.
Toys are fun. They are interesting, and you learn a lot about each other with toys. Like, ooh, okay, I could try that. No, don't bring that. We throw that one out. And I think toys add a fun, almost childlike element.
Well, because it's the exploration.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have different sensations in your body that you don't even know about.
Absolutely.
If you don't explore.
Absolutely.
And so toys give you a way and reason, a method to explore.
Yes.
And so you might, buzz this over here, buzz this here, and you might know that behind your kneecap is a little spot. And you like, man, when you buzz the back of my kneecap, I get a little twitch. So you never know if you don't play around.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have a good time. That's something
you learn.
new.
You learn your tolerance for intimacy and pain. Some things. Look,
You ain't into no pain.
I'm not into no pain.
But you said it like, am I into pain? No, we ain't even got to talk about this. We're going to circle back around. We transparent, but I don't even know about putting all that out there.
Yeah, that's... You learn some things. That's all I'm going to say.
So toys, but also places. Like, it doesn't always have to be in your bedroom. If you're not comfortable moving outside of your house, then you can try some different rooms. Go in the kitchen. Go in the living room.
Right.
First of all, if you live with people, put them out. Let these kids go somewhere for a second. Get you a couple hours where the house is yours and bounce around the house. Get out the bedroom.
Right.
And if you can meander out that house and, try something spontaneous.
Yes.
Yeah, we ain't built for cars. But some of y'all not this big, Y'all can go ahead and try something. Do something a little different.
Yes.
Yeah, you see Maya and Ed folded up in some car somewhere. Y'all help us. We need help getting out. We need help putting our clothes back on. We need 911 to help us because we have made a bad decision.
That's another thing. Like we kind of limited because we ain't never had a shower scene.
We took a shower before, but we fussed about it. Because either one of us standing in front of that water, the other one is feeling not a drop.
Not a drop.
We both block off all streams of shower.
You back there freezing.
This is not sexy. I'm cold. This is not. Number 5. I can't fool with you.
I know. I don't think this is going where we supposed to go.
It is. Number 5. Embrace spontaneity. Sometimes you got to allow some things to happen naturally without a specific plan. Right. So I do like planning, but you also got to be open to, a little excitement and spontaneity. Depending on your schedules and responsibilities, there are some times where the quickies gonna hold you until you can get a deeper session. So sometimes when you got a toothbrush going, you just gonna have to bend over and just let it do what it do. Sometimes, if one is ready to go, just get ready right quick. Hit a quick little session. It might be a 2 minutes, but it'll hold you to the next time.
It does.
You ain't got 30 minutes or an hour, 2 hours outside.
Enjoy those 2 minutes.
Sometimes you ain't got but 5. 2 to get ready.
Right.
2 to get it done. 1 to clean up.
1 to clean up. Yep.
5 minutes. Let's go. What you think about spot? Do you like quickies?
I love quickies. I'm not.
You love everything. I love it.
I'm a fan of quickies.
Everything I'm gonna ask you about, you be like,
I'm into it. Yeah, I'm into it. I think we have fun with it. It's one of those things like, ooh, the kids went outside for a minute. Let's boom, 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 boom.
Now who done sent their kids outside? We ain't never sent our kids outside by themselves. No, we haven't. 4 and 1. Who?
Granddaddy lived right across the street.
Oh, you saying with some an adult?
Oh,
I was about to say, we
absolutely.
ain't never sent them outside.
Absolutely.
You about to get defects on us.
No, I ain't done that. No, not unsupervised. Cousin BJ is here. Hey, y'all.
I'm not above putting on a quick movie and y'all go in here right quick. Because 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Number 6, physical affection.
Yes.
Non-sexual touch.
Yeah, this part, I got to work on
like
this.
cuddling, kissing, or even a massage can pave the way for deeper intimacy, and it might naturally lead to getting in the mood. So for those of you that get upset when your physical affection doesn't lead to sex, I want you to think about it this way. It's like buying a basketball fundraiser or a raffle ticket for a chance to win a prize. If you win the prize, you're excited. You're like, I just won a Yeti cooler. Why is everybody raffling off Yeti coolers? Anyway, but if not, it's still super cool because the most The most important part is that you're giving back or donating to help the kids. So if you get sex from the physical affection, that's awesome. But if not, it's cool because you just made your partner feel loved, valued, and cared for through your touch. Is that real or is that a crock?
It's real. I thought it was a crock at first.
I put this on here. I told y'all the stuff that we actually go through. Yeah. This is one of the things that we're right now working through.
Right. I thought it was a crock. I did. I like what we touching for if in the end something ain't gonna happen. Cause we doing a whole lot, and we do a lot of touching. Like that's one. Like it may not be number one, but it's a very, very, very close number two for both of us. So we do a lot of touching. So I understand sometimes that touch is just to soothe.
You don't never just want to be held. Cause sometimes when I ask you if you want something, you say no.
Oh yeah, if I'm tired, yeah, I want to go to sleep.
But you don't want me touching it either.
Yeah, don't touch me. If I don't want none, let's just kiss, go to sleep. I mean, we can do a quick rub.
But don't be rubbing and touching and touching.
No, don't do all that. So we not going to sleep. That's how my mind thinks.
But you're trying to be.
I'm trying. I really
different.
am. I'm trying to understand what I hold because you want to be held. You know what I'm saying? Like if it makes you feel good, I don't mind doing it, and sacrificing the fact that I'm not going to get anything.
What if you don't want anything? But then you also don't want to touch.
Right, that's true.
You're like, I don't want to rub on you if you're not going to give me nothing.
That's what I had to work on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What you are working on?
What I am working. Look. Go put me out there. Yeah, I'm trying to work on that.
I got you.
Yeah.
Number 7, prioritize self-care. Both partners should take care of themselves physically and emotionally. When each person feels good about themselves, they're often more receptive to intimacy.
Yes.
And this can be particularly difficult for moms. And I think it's more difficult for moms because we naturally prioritize other people above ourselves.
Right.
So our kids, even money that's coming in. Before we had children, I had money that I could dedicate to getting my hair done weekly or, nails and buying new clothes. As soon as the kids get here, if your budget, you didn't start making more money than the money that you were spending on clothes and shoes and hair, then you're like, well, what if the kids need something?
Right.
What if I need, things for them? You got daycare and you have these things, so I'm going to have to cut back.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't have time to go sit and get this massage. Like, I don't have anybody to watch my kids. Like, those are the types of things. Or I don't have time to work out. You don't have time not to work out. Because if not working out leads you to, being more unhealthy, then you're not really being there for your kids anyway. Right. Same thing about, like, healthy meals. You're like, it's so much cheaper to just make some hot dogs. Yeah, but in the long run, it's costing you more because of your body.
Correct.
So, of course, this is something that I've been working on for years, like trying to, what I call it, my unbig my back challenge. So I'm working on it, y'all.
She loves to put
I
that
really
out there.
am working on it. I'll let you speak for yourself. How do you feel about self-care and how it relates to
I'm definitely big on the mental part.
sexiness?
Like, getting your mind settled is key. More so than anything, talking to people, expressing emotions, self-care. I don't have to do the mani pedi and.
No, what is self-care for you? I was saying for me.
Oh, for
what
you.
Does self-care look like
for me.
you? How do you care for yourself?
Making sure I talk to mentors, talking to people, like expressing what I'm really going through rather than internalize it. That's pretty much it for me. I do like. Pampering sometimes, like coming home and I'm not big on getting my foot rubbed, but when I do, it feels good. Or when I get like when you sometimes give me a shoulder massage after you realize, okay, he's gone through a lot this week. That helps.
I'm glad that you said that because I think that you just modeled the difficulties that men have with self-care.
Right.
Because I told you some of the difficulties that moms have.
Right.
And it's easy for me to articulate those things or why I feel guilty. I think men feel guilty even needing self-care.
Absolutely.
Like, you didn't even want to say that. You were like, I mean, I don't really need that. I don't really need that. But
that's
you did.
true.
You didn't even want to say that you needed it. And I think...
Because that's how we've been taught. Like, you're a man. Like,
but
tough
you guys
it out.
need stuff.
We
and
do.
when you tough it out, that's why y'all die earlier.
You're probably right.
Because you're being too tough.
Right.
You know, a lot of men don't want to go to the doctor to get checked out.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
You might not be in the mood because you have medical reasons. And if you go to the doctor, they might be able to help you get that under control. And now you're in the mood. But you just sitting over there dealing with it. I'm
going to tell you what's going to be the hardest deterrence for when you go to the doctor and they say, oh, okay. And they say, okay, now you'll be fine. Just something simple. You're like, you could have told me that in a newsletter. I done wasted. Now I get this $30, $50 bill. And now you just won't go to the doctor for nothing because of that one thing. Man, I could have toughed that up. Like, I could, whatever that doctor tell me, I could have done it. And that's, and it's, like you said, that's a stigma.
And y'all don't understand, like $50 to Ed, that's real talk. Like, he had black when they had BlackBerry phones. Like, it would only take $50 for him to go get an upgrade. But he refused to pay the $50. He just toted around that crackberry. And didn't pay the upgrade. It's $50. Pay the $50.
Good working phone, man.
He don't want to go to the doctor because of a copay. Come on. Go find out if there's something going on. If you have a clean bill of health, wonderful. If not, early detection usually helps in most situations.
I've learned early detection is the #1 prevention of bigger issues.
And so sometimes the medicine they prescribe can hurt intimacy. But if it's something that can be reversed, type 2 diabetes can be reversed. Yes. High blood pressure can be reversed. Then you can, now that you know that you have these medical issues, it's something that you can set a new goal and start to work towards. That's self-care.
Mm-hmm. And I think we should communicate with each other about self-care. I think when we think self-care, we should only be either talking about it or worrying about it ourselves. I think I should always ask you, babe, what do you need to self-care? And try to provide the ways and the means for it to happen. Same with you. Like, you are always on me about going to the doctor because I need it. You're on me about taking my medication. You're on me about getting rest. And so I feel like your partner should definitely try to hold you accountable of how you're taking care of yourself.
And for doctor stuff, if they're giving you medicine, it's not working for you. Like, you can go back and do something different.
Correct.
I was prescribed this medicine, Agestin, once for like hormone control, like for my cycle or something. But what it did to me, it turned my sex drive off completely.
It's the most evil medicine
and it made me angry. Ever. And so, but I recognized that, and I was like, this medicine that I'm taking, like, it has me feeling this way. So I told my doctor, I can't take this. Find me something else. Yeah, and they do. So just communicate with your doctors.
That word is a curse word in our house now.
He's so extra.
I am.
He was spoiled and used to hide and ready. Number 8, reduce your stress. Stress can be a mood killer. Find ways to reduce stress, whether it's through exercise, meditation, or simply talking through stressors together. That can be really beneficial. What helps you reduce your stress levels?
Well, I think I spoke on it earlier, just talking things out. I used to always be big on holding stuff in. Now I'm more about, this is what's bothering me. I feel like that definitely helps. Lower that pride. Say as a man, I need. That's hard.
It's hard.
That's hard. I need. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to my dad the other day, and I was like, Dad, what do you need help with? And him, even at 75, is still...
He don't want to say it.
He don't want to say it. And so we have to get over that stigma as men.
Yeah, your spouse is y'all meet each other's needs. So you have to verbalize those things. What do you think helps me de-stress?
Taking stuff off her plate. When you happen to fall asleep and you wake back up and the kitchen's clean, the living room's...
My Lord have mercy. My God today, clean that kitchen.
That's a big one. If the kids need bathing instead of you having to help, hey, take that extra minute that you got your feet kicked up. I got them. I'll give them to sleep. Yes. They end up putting me to sleep, but still.
Yes.
You
orgasms. If you're physical, sometimes your physical body can just not up. You need to have an orgasm. It helps me.
It does. You do.
And you might not even know how badly you need one.
You don't. You don't.
So remember, what works for one couple might not work for another. So it's important for partners to communicate and understand each other's needs or preferences.
Absolutely.
No matter what category you fall in right now, fight through the barriers and prioritize your intimate time together.
Yep.
You got anything?
That's it. This has been a great session. We had a lot of fun with this. I hope y'all felt blessed from this.
For more information about our coaching services, courses, marriage tools, events, and getaways, go to onevisionerc.com.
Once again, the website, onevisionerc.com.
If you had a good time hanging out with us and you got something out of it, go ahead and hit subscribe so you won't miss the next one. Like it so we'll know you enjoyed it, and share it with somebody so they can be blessed too. We'll see you next time. That time it was a 1.
Just a 1.
So first I need a peace.
Peace.
1.